He really likes the name Spike for a boy. Madison, what makes you the lead singer?
I'm the Beyonce.
I think Amy wants to be the lead singer of this group. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think whenever we have kids, I want them to be kind of close in age. Hi guys. Wait. Hello! And welcome back to Tea Talk! I have not prepared them for this at all. They even looked at me and said, what are we doing? And I was like, we're going to have to roll with it and find out. I just want to point out before we get in, not only is this a very pale group of people.
I know,
we are all extremely white. I looked over, I was like, whoa! We all kind of look alike. Also, we're dressed alike, like we're in a girl group, so.
Yeah.
Except I must be the lead singer or something.
Yeah.
I'm white.
Can we have auditions for this or like?
Does that have to be decided right away? Like, Madison, what makes you the lead singer?
I'm the Beyonce.
I think Amy wants to be the lead singer of this group.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Well, hi, I'm Nikki Phillip. By those of you who don't know me,
I'm Madison Miller.
I'm Emily Olsen. And I'm Amy Thompson.
the competitor for the lead singer role at this point in time, apparently. No offense, Emily. We're going to step to the side and just back them up. So.
Oh, am I not supposed to drink this yet?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the tea that we're drinking today, we are drinking Oolong Peach from TL. Let's be real, it's Tea Garden's always in my book. They'll never be TL to me. Sorry, we love you TL though. And it's, Oolong. Just in case you're watching, we love you. So Oolong Peach, I actually wait to sip on camera, so I have a genuine reaction.
Told me that.
They didn't though, so I'm gonna give my little sip.
Oh, I didn't. I really liked it though. It's really good.
It's really good.
It is really good.
I'm nervous to
Peach
see
in
what
it.
happening though.
It is. It's
Like,
really.
I love that fruitiness.
It's so peachy. It's
Can I see?
yeah. See, there's nothing on it. It's just
Anybody know if Oolong has caffeine in it?
Yeah.
That's what we were wondering.
Let us know.
We might just keep talking really fast.
Comment
so
down
we'll figure
below
it
if it has caffeine.
Yeah, we don't really know. She looked for the ingredients. There's nothing on this.
Maybe
so
we'll notice
it's
by the
cool.
end of this if we're all like a little bit jittery.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, if I have extreme anxiety by the time this is over. There's caffeine in it.
You know what's up. So for today's episode, we asked you guys questions. What happens is we always shoot out a topic to you guys on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those places. So you should totally follow us on there. And today I said, okay, we need questions for motherhood. So we got all of your questions, and I'm basically gonna we kind of did this in yesterday's episode. We were like turbo answering questions. Like I was just kind of going through in no particular order, and that's what I'm gonna do today. And this is pretty interesting too because we only have one mother at the table. We have Emily, who's got two little kids. It's Emily. We've got me, who's been married for 8.5 years, and I have no kids. We have Madison.
I've been married for 2 years now. No kids, just a dog.
And then we have Amy.
And I'm not married.
And you don't have any children.
And
No children.
No kids, yeah.
So it's gonna be an interesting little compilation of answers and conversation. We're just gonna start with the first question. This is from @SavSakaboo. People have very interesting usernames. That's a good one. Oh my god, that's me in your. Oh, that's me in her profile picture. Oh, how cute! Yeah, hi. That's cool, and I like your tagline. Just keep swimming. Okay, the question says, do you want to have kids? If so, how many, and what would you want their names to be?
Ooh.
Okay, well, Emily.
Yeah.
I want 2 kids.
Yeah.
And my kids' names are Afton and Leif.
So cute.
You don't want any more kids? You're done?
No.
No.
I always only wanted 2. It's
Oh.
not like I, had kids and I was like, no, I don't want it.
Same
Right.
I
way.
literally only wanted 2.
So they don't outnumber you.
Yeah.
That's what Emily always says.
Yeah, so you don't have to play zone defense.
Yeah, I feel like 2 is becoming like the thing to
Yeah.
do. Like 2 kids, that's it.
And you have both a girl and a boy, so you have like the best
Yeah.
of both worlds. So that's perfect.
Yeah,
That's
we were
really cool.
thinking even if we had like 2 girls, we were both like, that's it.
Oh, like so you would have stuck with just 2 kids even feeling
Yes, and I know a lot of people that go on because they want both genders, but I just was fine.
You got a boy and a girl. What about you, Madison?
For me, I do want kids, not for a while, and I do want 2 kids, but for me, I really want to have 2 little girls because of my relationship with my sister, because we're so close, and I want them like close in age too, because we're literally inseparable. We've always had the same group of friends through high school and college, and then now we live like, around the corner from each other. We're like inseparable, so that's why I want
so
2
cool.
girls.
Yeah, I think whenever we have kids, I want them to be kind of close in age because I see with Chad and his brother and how like their age has really affected their relationship because they've got to grow up and experience so many things together. How close are you to Katie? That's her sister.
All of my
In
siblings,
age.
I'm the middle child. I have an older brother and younger sister. We're all 3 years apart. So like
That's kind of cool.
But like growing up, we weren't so close, but now obviously we are. So it's
Yeah.
like it was enough
That's
distance.
how it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you said you and your sister were close always. boys. That's
Yeah.
not happening.
Yeah, you're like, it's developed, it's changed.
Kids are
Yeah.
like that. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that's not true.
I think it's because also we're very close in age
Yeah, I
too. Like
think
we're
that
less than
definitely.
2 years. So and she's only like in school. She's only a grade ahead, or
Yeah,
was
I
a
think
grade
that
ahead. of
definitely
me,
helps.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I have a huge age difference between me and my sisters. I've got 5 years between the next one,
I did not know
and then the one, and then the one after that, it's 7 years, a little over 7
Are you the
years.
oldest?
The one.
I'm the oldest, yeah. So what'd you say?
The one after that.
The one after that is 7.5 years, exactly. And then
love
I've
that.
got Casey. It doesn't count because he's my little brother, and it's a totally different kind of relationship. But we've gone through totally different spaces in life at different times because our age gap is so large. You know, how many kids do you want? I sound like I'm grilling you. How many kids do you want? Go.
Although
Can
you
you
guys
put the
are
light on
changing
her?
my mind with the 2 thing, like.
That's a good argument, huh? The whole not being outnumbered thing.
Yeah. But I used to want 4, but now I'm like, well, no, 3 is fine.
I know.
Yeah.
I've always kind of thought 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Well, you come from a big family too, right?
Well, there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
So I felt like I wanted that. But like also 2 would be fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you have 2 kids, you can,
And I feel like those who come from a big family tend to want to have a big family
I
as
agree.
well.
Yeah.
They feel that like bond and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're usually pretty close. So
Yeah, it's so cute. I know. I think I wanted like 3 or 4, but then as Dan and I have like started talking about it more, we're kind of like 2. He's behind the camera and he's throwing up deuces. Like we're kind of like I think 2 for all of the arguments that you've made. But do you have names? Do you guys have names for yours?
I was thinking Maya Mitchell Miller, 3 M's.
Stop
Yeah.
it. That's so cute. Wait.
Wait.
So then the one name would be Maya Mitchell.
Maya. Oh no, it would be Maya, and then the middle name would be Mitchell, and then the last one.
Oh, so you have one child's name planned.
Yeah.
What about the second child? That child's important too, Madison.
That one's hard.
Mitchell
I
Miles.
thought about this.
Yeah, the other one will flip it. Mitchell Maya Miller.
There you go. No, I've only ever thought about just that.
So one name, the other
So
two
well, my
man.
dad's already basically thought about it. He goes, when are you gonna have a Vance Jr.? And so,
Oh, so
if I
dad's
have a
already
boy,
named the kid.
I'm out of luck. Like it's gonna be Vance Jr. There's no way around.
Gotcha.
that
So
one.
you got your 2 names, Maya and Vance.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I've always really liked the name Toby, but nobody else likes that name. So
I like it.
Dan. My mom always
Dan's
says
laughing
you
a
can. She says that that's a dog's name, and I can't name
My dog was named Toby.
See, it is.
That's why.
But I liked it because I liked the movie The Labyrinth. Has anybody ever seen
No.
it?
Oh my gosh.
I was obsessed with that when I was little. The baby's name was Toby, and so I've always liked it.
Oh, you
like
wanna-
my little Barbie boy was Toby.
Fun
Barbie
fact
boy.
that our dog that was named Toby, that dog convinced us that dogs can be gay. We were convinced. We're like Toby was gay. Yeah, Toby was in love
Toby
with
was
Pfeiffer.
gay.
Like we became convinced of that.
That's
So,
amazing.
I know. We were like, oh, Toby. We didn't know this was a thing, but it is. So for me,
Yes.
2 kids. I was just having this in-depth discussion with Emily over the last couple of days about kids.
All the time.
We're very much on the fence of how we want to do this. I've been very open about this. We may not even actually birth I may not have kids. We may solely adopt. Like we're really considering just adopting. And Dan has said to me, like, I thought before, I can't just get married to him and then be like, just kidding, I'm not having your kids. And like he got married to me thinking I was going to. But he's told me now, he's like, I don't even know if I care if we just adopt. And we have some names, but we can't. I honestly don't know if we're joking when we say these names or if we're serious because he really likes the name Spike for a boy.
I don't hate that.
I know a Spike. You know, Florida Force's nephew is named Spike.
Oh, I don't hate that at all.
Thanks, because usually everyone's like, don't name your kid Spike or
Really?
we're selling you. Yeah, and I'm like, well, thanks for the like violent, unneeded reaction, but okay.
I
So
want an opinion.
I know, Spike, and then I like the name for a girl, like Isabella, because he was like, I want to call her Izzy. So like Izzy and Spike.
When
Oh,
my,
I love it.
yes,
cute.
my cousin's the same thing, Isabella, and then they call her Izzy.
I love that. I think
It's
that's
really
so
nice.
cute.
Yeah.
It is pretty cute.
It's a very popular name because ever since the Twilight came out,
Yeah, I know. That made me mad though.
yeah, like everyone did Bella and everything.
I was like, I liked this name before this. Dang it, Twilight.
Yeah, I know like 400 people who have babies named Bella or dogs.
That's why we would only call, or dogs. That's why we only call him Izzy, not Bella. Okay, Emily. This might be a quick answer. How rewarding would you say that motherhood is? And this is from @AngieStyles.
That's so tough. I mean, of course, it's like the most rewarding thing you can do, but it's also like the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm also like in the very beginning of it. I only have a 1.5-year-old and a 3-month-old. So,
Oh, I always forget that
Yeah.
they're so young.
yeah. So I feel like I'm sure parents who have, I don't know, their kids grown up, or even
Yeah.
a 5-year-old where they can talk and converse.
Yeah.
Probably feel like it's a lot more rewarding. But I'm kind of like, just struggling to keep up at this point.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel like you're in like a really tender phase, if
Yeah.
that's the right word for it.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're just starting to do
Yeah, and
it.
I can't communicate with them yet, so.
And you like don't even really not know who they are, but
Yeah,
like
kind of.
because they can't voice anything, they can't say anything.
But yeah, I mean, it's incredibly rewarding. I hope that every woman that wants to be a mother can be, because it's really, really amazing.
Yeah,
But,
it's so cool. Oh, at the Glam Story wants to know, how do you process to find a nanny? Like, what's the process like to find a nanny? I'm a bit anxious to leave my baby boy with someone else. Take it away, Madison.
So the way I'm gonna answer this one is because I was a preschool teacher and I did look for like nanny positions and stuff, and there's good places to go to like care.com.
Oh, my sister got work on care.com.
Care.com is amazing, and then also Indeed, and just checking their resume and seeing like how much experience they do have with kids and what ages they have. And then when you also, the biggest thing is when you start interviewing them and you have your kids there, you see how they interact and how their relationship is like off the bat, and you can read a lot there. And usually when you meet that one person, you could just feel like it's
like
right.
there's a click whether it's right or not.
Exactly.
I feel like this is a really bad analogy, but maybe not, maybe it's the same. I have like a person that I work with in business, and for a long time there was this role I was trying to fill, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I need to fill it. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait till it feels right, as vague as that sounds. But once it felt right, I just rolled with it. I feel like it's like the same.
It's the same thing.
But also I feel like you could call references too.
Yeah, you can call references and see what they say about them too.
Yeah.
And then I just have to say, like, when you meet that person and when you see them interact with your own child and you see just their experience, it just makes you, it's definitely having a lot of experience, you can trust them more with your kids.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest thing, is being able to trust someone else with your kids.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
that
totally
makes
understand
sense.
that as a teacher.
You what?
I don't know, but I can just imagine.
Totally.
Yeah. No, stay away.
I would
That's
have the
just-
parents that were just like helicopter parents, like
Helicopter
True.
parents.
Oh, yeah.
Where you just
they just
hover around them.
hover and they won't leave the classroom.
Oh my gosh.
And they will just go through the observation window, and one will literally stay there all day. We even had an extra room where they could go in and look through the window and
Are you
just sit in there,
serious?
and the kids can't see them because it's like you can only see into the classroom. You can't see into that room, and the parent would stay in there all day.
No.
That's really strange to me. Like, wouldn't at that point, if you're around, wouldn't you just like keep your kid?
Yeah,
at home?
like
Or is it because they want the socialization?
They want the
education?
socialization, and a lot of them, they really wanted the education because we were Montessori, so they were all like, with that culture, especially with that Asian culture, they were very strict, like Korean, Chinese, very strict on education.
Gotcha.
And so they wanted them to be in that environment at a young age.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
All that fun stuff.
I always feel awkward when I grab the phone to read it.
Yeah.
I feel like, on a side note, this is totally why on Table Talk they put the questions in a bowl. Because I feel weird that I'm the one that's just pulling every question. Like, I feel like it'd be cool if people could pull questions, on a side note.
Yeah. Future thing.
Yeah, future thing, exactly. I like that, because I feel like controlling that. I'm like, all right, everybody wait while I pull a question. You know what I mean?
You're
I
very
recognize
controlling.
some of these people. who
You
I
do?
see, Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. At Briannosaurus Rex. What a creative
Good one.
username.
I like that
Good
one.
It's a good one. Okay, so what are some of the ways that your parents raised you that you would continue to use for your future children? That's a cute little question, Briannosaurus Rex.
What qualities?
Yeah, like just things that they raised, like, I don't know, traits or qualities. I guess any way you want to go
Probably
with it.
like unconditional acceptance.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then it allows me to unconditionally accept others that
Yeah,
I need to,
totally.
and like my kids and
Yeah,
my
for
life.
sure.
And I just feel like they've forgiven me all the times I've screwed up and haven't held it against me. And
Yeah.
They let stuff go, they don't hold grudges.
Yeah, they don't make me feel like it's who I am. They just kind of remind me, oh, you've done that, but it's not who
amazing.
you are. So
That is amazing. That's
really
really
nice.
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go, Mom and Dad. What about you?
Mine's different than that. I was talking to my boyfriend about this the other day, but my dad used to force me, like as a young child, ordering at restaurants. I'd have to order my own food and look them in the eye as I was doing it. And my dad was so embarrassing about like, say thank you, look them in the eye, shake their hand. But I feel like now as an adult, like
You're
it
so much more
helped
confident in
me.
your
Yeah,
Really?
it helped me
skills.
so much. Like I have no
That's
problem
pretty
looking
cool.
people in the
Yeah,
eye
that's
or like
interesting.
introducing myself.
I don't know, that's what I always refer to you as, shifty-eyed Amy. I don't know about that. Go on, Amy, sorry.
But like, yeah, I feel like a lot of kids don't order for themselves, but I was forced and it was embarrassing, but
But it was amazing. You
But like
But
things
it
like
was
that,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Aw.
embarrassing things my dad did that I'm sure I'll like
gonna do as well.
Yeah.
I totally feel like you
Yeah.
do a lot of your dad things. From the little things I've heard of him and seen of him, I feel like you are a
like a
lot.
lot of them I won't even have a choice, it'll just happen.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that was my dad.
Yeah. Oh, that was my dad coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. I feel like for me, a lot of my stuff is gonna be in, I don't know, like a really pivotal point in my life for me was the way my parents chose to educate me, which is really random, and I would have never thought I'd look back and like be so appreciative of that.
Yeah.
But my mom really took a risk with my education, and she says it, she's like, it was really embarrassing to talk to other adults because I was scared, like, am I gonna make my child an idiot? Like, she was like, I just like doesn't turn out to be a moron. But my mom's schooling, like, even I feel a little bit embarrassed when I tell people because I'm like, I don't think people understand how lax my education really was.
Homeschooled.
I was homeschooled, and for literally 6th and 7th grade, I did not do anything in regards to like traditional schooling. She spent all of 6th and 7th grade trying to ignite a passion for learning. That's what she would say to me. She's like, I just want you to like to learn. So we spent the time trying to find out like, well, what do you like? What are you interested in? And then she would dive down that path with me with like documentaries and like have me reading books. And like, I remember I would still have to get up every day, but she would say, you don't have to do anything, you just have to read. And you can read whatever you want, but you have to read. So they really encourage like linguistic skills, and like because I was homeschooled, I had to figure out how to make friends outside of school a lot
How
younger.
was that?
I loved it. I was totally made for like homeschooling and really creating my own education. Like that's totally, it was perfect for my personality.
Yeah.
Did your sisters do it too, or just you?
They did it for a very short period of time. I think that they weren't as suited for it, and I also think that my mom was in a different place in life than she was when I was schooling, so she wasn't, I don't think, able to give them the same attention as she was able to give me, but I also think that they wouldn't have responded the same. It wasn't necessarily suited for them and their personality. But the hardest thing about homeschooling, but it was one of those things I'm so happy for in retrospect, was that I felt really lonely at first. And my mom was like, Nikki, you're just experiencing what everybody experiences when they leave high school, which is like, where are my friends? And she's like, you're not thrown into the same pool every single day. You have to reach out to people. And so I really just, I don't know, that was a long-winded answer to say education for my parents. I'm like, really interested to see how we educate our kids, because I liked doing alternative education. What about you, Madison? I went on a rant, man.
For me, it's like a little bit the same as education. With the way my parents were, my mom was always very involved in my education. So she was always there, like trying to push us. We were in Kumon since like 1st grade all the way through high school. So we always were doing school. And then even in high school, I would go to UC San Diego and do a robotics engineering course. That was a college course. Over the summer.
Robotics engineering.
I know, it's really weird to come out of my
Madison
mouth.
Miller doing makeup and robotics engineering.
I know.
It's just typical.
It's like most people wouldn't think that, but I have like I love technology, and I've always loved like coding and everything. And so she goes, okay, we're gonna go to UCSD, you're gonna go do a robotics engineering course. Wow. So my sister would do the same thing at UC Davis. She did biomedical engineering and stuff. So
biomedical engineering.
Yeah, and like sciences, and that's why she switched to vegetarian, because she realized all the stuff they do with the cows. But let's not get into that. That's a tangent. But yeah, so
It's like,
Tell me about it.
yeah, so that's when she switched, and so yeah, we always did that. So they always were really like on us about education. I love that she was so on top of us, because it also just that, and then also with them, they were very strict, which I hated them at the time for. I always had a curfew. I wasn't allowed to go out multiple weekends in a row. Like, say if I went out one night, like on Friday, I couldn't go out on Saturday, and then the next week I wasn't allowed to go out, because that's going out too much.
That's so interesting, because my parents, I never had a curfew all of high school.
Really?
I could stay out till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I just had to call them or text them and be like, hey, I'm out, because they just didn't want, my dad didn't want to wake up and be like, is she not okay? As long as I told him where I was, I never had any curfew. Isn't it interesting? Just different.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. I just, when you all were like, same, I was like, wow, I had a really different upbringing. Yeah. They were like, whatever.
My parents were strict.
But the one time I broke that rule, they were like, you're done. Now you have a curfew. Like, once I broke it, because it's really random too. I was at like a pastor's kid's house. So really like down the street, super chill, but my phone died. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I don't need to tell them. My dad freaked out because I had such a reliable track record.
Yeah.
He got up, drove through the neighborhoods, was up in the middle of the
Because
night.
it was weird, because you always checked in, and then when you did it,
And then he
like
found
when his
me.
mind is going someplace
Exactly,
else.
worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Case scenario. And so he came to the house, and I remember, like, he knocked on the door, and he answered, the guy I was with, and he was like, "Hi, Mr. Mullinger," and he's like, "Is Nikki here?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I'm sorry, Dad." He was not happy, but I understand it because they gave me such freedom.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I broke the thing, and he was like, "That's it." I don't know if it lasted the rest of
Yeah.
high school, but I did have a curfew for a while after that. Sorry, go
Yeah.
on. But I was like,
No,
"Oh,
it's great to hear it because with mine, they were so strict. Like even when we were in high school, middle school, and I wanted to go to movies with my friends, my mom would drop us off and know the second that movie ended and would be
Yes.
right out there.
Yep.
Just kids would hang out for the movie theater. I wasn't allowed to do that.
Hey, guys.
They're like, and then I still get like they are hard on me to this day if I'm out past midnight. My dad's like, he goes, if you're out past midnight, then bad things
You're up to
happen.
no
My mom
good."
always says nothing
Good
good happens. Yes.
Mama.
It is kind of true, though.
It is.
Yeah,
You
so
just
good
go home.
happens.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go home. Go watch some Netflix.
Yeah.
So they were always very strict, but I felt like that definitely kind of changed me from like a lot of like I had like friends that had very lenient curfews and they were getting into a lot of trouble, and so and then I would have friends' parents. I'd be like, why'd you hang out with Madison more? Like her parents actually call and make sure that she's like, if I spent the night, I was never allowed to spend the night, but if I did, then they would call the parent and make sure everything was good.
Yeah.
But they're,
Sorry, go on.
no, they're just very strict, but just like those things is like I would still be strict, but I would probably give my kid a little bit more like independence in a sense. And then with school, and then also with my dad with softball, we were
That's adorable.
we were
I know
together.
this story. Yeah.
Just with like playing a sport with your kid. Like I'm very athletic, so I would definitely be involved. I'd be like, the coach and stuff. I would go in there and play baseball or softball.
I will.
Coach Madison Miller, also a robotic engineer.
So many hats you wear.
I know you do wear a lot of hats. I think it's really interesting though, because I feel like parenting in general, it's like it so much depends on the kid, your partner. Like,
So true.
I feel like my schooling didn't fit my sisters, and like not giving your kids a curfew would not fit every kid.
Yeah.
But that's what my parents always said to me when I was like, "Wow, you guys are so trusting." And they're like, "Well, you never gave us a reason not to trust you." And they're totally right, because I told you I never got into any trouble.
Yep.
So it's not even necessarily like, oh, that style of parenting totally worked.
Yeah.
Because it may not work on another kid. They
Yeah.
might totally
Every kid has a different
party all
temperament.
night if they have no curfew.
Yeah.
It's so
Right.
smart, like parents just kind of molding their parenting to the child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Needs to.
Uh-huh.
Your parents did that a lot.
Yeah.
That means that, like they're accommodating and
Yeah.
they're being more of I'm trying to remember the term for that.
Facilitator?
Authoritarian.
Okay.
Not authoritarian. It's what is that term?
Madison Miller also went to school for childhood development, so she's many hats.
It wasn't authoritarian. Authoritarians are very strict. I forgot what the word is called, and this is going to bug me, so I'm gonna look up this later. But that's more of a parenting where you're there to guide, and then you also will set boundaries.
Yes, totally. Yeah, my parents really adapted. Seeing how different me and my sisters and my brother are, they really
And
adapted.
you were also the first too, so
Yes.
it's like
Uh-huh.
they test things out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're
Mhm.
the experimental child.
They're like, that failed, on to curfew.
Yeah.
No, it worked. I didn't get into like any trouble in high
Yeah.
school, like
I was
at all.
gonna say.
It was good for me,
Yes.
But my brother is schooling completely different than the way we all schooled, on a side note. So we've all like schooled differently. He's at charter school now. Fun
It's
fact,
just-
random.
Yeah.
So it's just different for every kid.
Yeah, just different for every kid. Wow, we didn't get through as many questions as I wanted to, and they're waving their arms around. They're like, "You're done, wrap it up, peeps." So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any last final goodbye words?
I don't.
No, I don't have anything
No.
to say. Thanks. Be sure to follow us all on our social sites so that next time we're doing Tea Talk, and your question can possibly be featured. Also, be sure to check out all of their/my channel in the info box down below. Everyone will be linked. And let us know what you think. Join the conversations down below because we want to hear what you're saying. We want to reply. High fives all
Yes.
around. Give each other high fives.
Fail.
Yeah! We'll see you soon, guys.
All right.
Bye.